Happy noon, dear students and parents. Students, can you be a little louder to be encourage you? Happy noon. Thank you. It's very unusual that we try to address parents and students together. They're all so much grown up that we put them in uniform so that we know who is who. We should not get confused who is an adult and who is a student. I'm happy to invite all the 9th and 10th standard students and the parents. It had been a while. I had an opportunity to spend some time with you all. In the last 1 or 2 years, you will be with us, both students and parents. I wanted to steal this opportunity and I am truly grateful for you guys coming, taking out your time. And this 1 hour you will be spending, I will put my level best effort to ensure it will be truly meaningful, worthwhile to you all. As told in the note, this is not a talk session. This is not a talk session. This is a interactive workshop with students and parents, more so between parents and students, which I won't even know what you're talking. That's the reason you see a very unusual seating arrangement. This is not a common seating arrangement you would have seen over the last decade. So let's get started. So I would like to have some teachers have some mics to make the interactive session being audible. So anybody who would like to interact can raise the hands. Rohan, do you have the mics? Can you give it to some teachers? Shivanna, can you help us with some mics? Thank you. Okay. Wonderful. Good. Let's kick start. So the first question, parents and students, anybody can answer. What makes you happy? Anybody? I'm just warming up. There is Mrs. Chaitanya. Yes, please.
Child's achievement, we can say.
Child's achievement makes you happy. You're telling because Mrunal is next to you? You're trying to butter her. Perfect. Any answers? What makes you happy? Yes, please.
One good smile.
Good smile of?
Anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah.
That makes you happy.
Yeah.
Wonderful. One more answer. A student? Any student would want to say? What makes you happy? Playing Coco.
When your parents are proud of you.
Parents. Kuch to ho raha hai gadbad. People have prepared themselves that we are going to, make each other feel happy. Wonderful. Wonderful. My next question would be, what do you want in life? Anybody can answer. I'm just warming up. What do you want in life? He wants peace. Whole peace, small peace, big peace. Peace. Thank you. Happiness. How many of you want happiness? Take it and go. Thank you. All of us commonly want happiness. My next important question is, what are you grateful for in life? Please raise your hands. We will give the mic. What are you grateful for in life? Thank you, Shivana. Yeah. Can we have one more mic being circulated in the meanwhile, please? Can one more teacher help us with another mic? Yes.
Sir, family.
Can you elaborate
family.
it?
What I feel grateful for having a family.
You feel grateful for having a family. Wonderful. Let's give him a big round of applause. Wonderful. A gentleman here wanted to take an opportunity. What are you grateful for in life?
Grateful for good family.
For having a good family.
Feel the blessings
Of?
of God and elders. And we know that we are taking care of both our parents and our children on right track.
Wonderful. Thank you. One more last. Yes, there.
Grateful for the society, grateful for the surroundings what we live in, grateful for the nature, grateful for everything what we have around us.
So sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, one ladies wild card entry. Last one.
Last but not the least, grateful for Chitrakoota for giving us this opportunity.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. There is a connection, my dear students, listen carefully. There is a connection between happiness and being grateful. There is a correlation between being happy and being grateful. Would anybody like to throw light on it? There is a great correlation between being happy and being grateful. Yes, please.
Being grateful makes you satisfied, and when you're satisfied with what you have, you're happy.
Wonderful, wonderful. Anyone else? What is the relationship between feeling grateful and being happy? Not a very tough question. Please, yeah. Thank you.
When you are grateful for what you have, it lists out the positive things. When the positive things get listed, you become happy.
Wonderful. I will say it loudly. He says beautifully that when you are grateful, you start counting your blessings, and more you count your blessings, you feel happy that you got so many things. Perfect. One last expression. The lady there, please.
Happiness, maybe for small moments also we'll become happy. But when we use the grateful, when we are satisfied with whatever we have in our life.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. For my students especially, I want to narrate a story. I want you to look at the picture of the gentleman and the lady there, who happen to be my parents. I want to tell a story about me and my parents. The time when I was 5 years elder to you guys. Which standard are you? You're in 9th. And you? 10th. You're in 9th and 10th. I finished my 9th and 10th. Then I did my PU. Then I was in my 3rd year of engineering. I was about 5-6 years elder to you. I was a very naughty, notorious child when I was young. I was good in academics, but I was a backbencher, and I used to be very mischievous, and my parents had a tough time bringing me up. My mother kind of had thought it's a gone case. I don't think there is a bright future. I think any parent, if my child turns out to be the way I was, maybe I would have also felt the same. I don't hold it against her. This was a situation when there was an inner calling of me to start Chitrakoota. And at the age of 22, when I was in my 3rd year engineering, I started Chitrakoota in RP's layout school. Because of my hard work, focus, or luck or blessing, I don't know, in the very first year, there were 100 students, and we put out a board saying, sorry, we cannot, I think a couple of them know, we cannot take admissions anymore. We are full. So success was something which came to me very, very early in life. But I had a problem. You know, my problem as a young 21-year-old boy was, my parents were not willing to accept that I am a big guy. They used to belittle me. I mean, I think 1 year you will do this drama, or 1.5 years. Then I think you'll join a call center. So they had their things, and that used to irritate me. This power struggle between me and my parents just grew with time. More I became successful, more my ego said, my parents should acknowledge that I'm a very capable guy. And it was not happening, and the power struggle went on. And when I was about 24 years old, I walked out of my house. The power struggle became so high that I walked out of my house. And I started living in the office of RP's layout. 1 whole year in the office, I slept, I cooked, ate, took bath, everything happened in the office. I walked out of my family. I wasn't happy. It was just 15 blocks away. Not that I went to another country. I walked out of my house, which was 15 blocks away. Thankfully, I happened to meet a mentor in my life very early. His name is Aparesh Acharya. He was very closely associated with me, and I respected him a lot. He understood the whole scenario, And he made me sit down and he spoke to me one day and said, if you are not successful in your own family, if you are not successful with the relationship with your parents, do you know you can never be successful in any relationship on earth going forward? Because it was coming from a person whom I looked up to, it was a hard hit. I said, what do you mean? If you can't have a wonderful relationship with your parents, you probably will not have a wonderful relationship with your friends, with your spouse, with your children, with your sibling. A person who is not successful in family cannot be successful outside. And then he made me sit down and made me recollect all the sacrifices my parents had done to make me the engineer of 22-year-old. And I started recollecting. Okay. Suddenly the first episode which struck me was, I was in my second year engineering, took the bike, headed towards Nandi Hills, banged the lorry, broke my leg. Obviously, had not told my parents that I'm going. After breaking my legs, I called and said, it happened. It was just a broken bone, fracture, that's all. It's no big deal. My father at that time was working in a place called Tiptur. Those days, the roads were pretty bad. Traveling by roads would take quite a lot of time. It would take about 2.5 hours to reach Tiptur, way back. And he had just started and there were no mobiles. I had met with an accident. I came home. I was settled at home. They had put a plaster. Nothing, no big deal. So my father reached the office. My mother communicated saying, your son had met with an accident and he's perfectly fine. There is no mobile, no video call, there is nothing. And it's perfectly fine, don't worry. But a father could not work knowing his son had met with an accident and he's staying 2.5 hours away. I want to tell you, my dear friends, he took a bus back after reaching there, traveled another 2.5 hours just to see me whether I was all right. I was scared that he would probably blast me for doing whatever I did. So I pretended to be asleep. And students know it very well. When you're pretending to be asleep, nobody can wake you up. Right? So nobody could wake me up. I pretended to fall asleep. I remember because I was seeing through my small eyelids open. He came, he stood there, looked at me for about 4-5 minutes, felt satisfied his son was all right, took the bus again back for 2.5 hours and went. And when I recollected this story, I started wondering what amount of sacrifice my parents had done in the whole journey of mine for me to have become whatever I have become. And my mentor made me understand, do you even know the very breath you are taking, so much of struggle your parents went by to ensure that you're breathing, you're alive? And it dawned down to me, the very dress I was wearing was given by them. I never earned it. The food I was eating was given by my parents. I was a beneficiary, and it looked ridiculous on my part that I could have ego clash with them who sacrificed their life to make my life. What ridiculous thing was I doing? The moment I realized it, something dawned down into me that I need to be grateful for the very fact that I am born to them. Rest later. And since then I am indebted to them for my every breath. I'm very grateful to them for making me whatever I am today. So much so that I'm very vocal about it. That changed the whole thing from their perspective. They're like, How can you have a son who is so vocal about how much he is grateful to them? The relationship became far better. Why did I tell you this story? I want to make all my teenage students understand there's a lot your parents do to make you what you are, but the problem is they never say. Because they feel, how can you say to the child what all you have done? But the problem is because we don't say, they don't know. The way we teachers teach mathematics, English, Kannada, we teachers and you parents should teach your child, our child, to be grateful for, as rightly said by a person, for everything, the society, for nature. It is also something to be taught to children to understand. You need to be grateful. That is how we teach them to be happy. If we hesitate to make them feel grateful, we are hesitating to make them feel happy. So the next 30 minutes, I want to talk very little and I want to have a lot of exchange happen between parents and the child. So a lot of talking will happen between parents and the child. The first task of mine would be, as a mother and a father who is sitting here, one of you, please think for a minute what your parents, that means a child's grandparents, had done to make you what you are, and how grateful you are for your parents, which I'm sure all of us are. It is said when you become a parent, you realize the value of a parent. Think for a minute what sacrifices your parents had done, and please tell it to your child now. If there are two parents, I request first one parent to talk. Then after a minute, I will ask another parent to talk. I don't even want to know. You will be given 1 minute. Please talk to your child who is sitting to your left and tell what your parents have done to you for which you are grateful for. Your time starts now.
माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, हाथों की लकीरें बदल जाएंगी.
Now may I request the other parent to talk? If father has spoken, maybe mother can speak.
ಹಗಲು ಬೆವರಿನ ಕೂಲಿಕಾರ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೌಕಿದಾರ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಿಸುವ ಸಾಹುಕಾರ ಅಪ್ಪ. ಗದರೋ ಮೀಸೆಕಾರ, ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ಕೋಮಲ, ನಿನ್ನ ಹೋಲೋ ಕರ್ಣ ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಪ್ಪ, I love you, pa. 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 ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ ಮೊದಲ ವೀರ, ಬಾಳು ಕಲಿಸಿದ ಸಲಹೆಗಾರ, ಬೆರಗು ಮೂಡಿಸೋ ಜಾದುಗಾರ ಅಪ್ಪ.
Thank you. And the very fact of many of you talking about your parents is so emotional, na? It's a very nice place to be here to see how many of you are so emotional. Wonderful. So let's get into the activity. So a lot of instructions now, so you need to be very careful. I request all the parents to kindly stand, lift their chairs, kindly stand, lift their chair and turn towards your left, like this, and sit down. Like this. All the parents looking at that QR code. All the parents. Perfect. Now I request all the students to stand up. Okay, this side sit down. This side sit down. This side. Take your chairs, stack it back. Okay, turn around. Pick your chairs, stack it back, and your teachers will give you something. Take that carefully and come back.
Hi everyone, I'm Shweta Dhanuka, Abhinit's mother. Thank you, sir, for having this fantastic session here, and I'm really feeling very lucky that I brought my mom also today. I'm sorry if I get emotional a little. So whatever you were telling for your teenage students, even I brought my mom, so I'm a daughter to my mom's, and my father is not, he's at home, so I was also thinking about them, and whatever you were instructing them, I was able to do that. So more than that, being a mom, I could do something for my mom also, so it felt fantastic, and this was the first time I did that. So thanks a lot for that. I'm really grateful to you also for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's give her a big.
Thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity today. It's wonderful. It's a great idea. I should not boast, but I do this every day. This is a part of our routine. But you can say 1,000 things, but when you do, is what I mean. When in school tells us, it's like we are all aligned. So I'm not aware of any school who has done this. Great opportunity. I mean, great thing you have done. Even 1% of this today's session, if we can take home, I think we'll have a better world to live in.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Clevin, and I'm studying in 9th standard. So today my mother has accompanied me to the session, and I felt very great, and I felt very grateful to my parents, and there was a lot of emotions inside both me and my mother, and we both felt the connection and bond. Felt very grateful to whatever she has done for me and the sacrifices they have done for me in their life. So again, thank you, mom and dad.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
It had been 15 years since my mom got such a beautiful angel like me. And there were a lot of feelings that were caged in the heart. And today I let them out. They were the honest feelings I wanted to share with you. With love and gratefulness, I shared it with you. And thank you for being with me for every step of my life. During the sorrow and the success, thank you for being with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Pragati from class 10, and I'm here with my mom and dad, and all of this was not very new to me because I usually express my feelings like this almost every day, and I'm also very grateful for them for whatever they've done, and I know how much they have struggled, and I will always make them proud, and I will not let them be in pain ever again. Thank you, Amma and Appa.
Thank you. Yes.
My name is Umesh. I'm Cherish's father. I know that this is a very good event and very good organizations to have this happen, make this happen. Thanks Chitrakoota School for that. But one observation which I had, and might be going on with many kids over here as well. And this is a playful time, and not everyone might be realizing what we are going to do here. And the parents also might be thinking, yeah, why my son or my daughter is not showing that emotions while others are showing. I mean, same goes to my wife as well. She was feeling so uncomfortable. My son is not showing that emotions. For everyone, I'm saying this is a good event. Good event or good program. The realization of this may not happen today, may not happen after 2 years, might happen after 10 years. Right? It's more about that, and it does not mean that the kids over here, even if they don't express those feelings here, is actually don't have those feelings. They don't know how to express those feelings. We never taught them to express those feelings, especially the gratitude, because we have never said them that it's okay, right? Whatever we do, it's taken for granted, right? And we have seen a lot of social jokes and everything, that father is treated as an ATM, mother is treated as a kitchen or a hotel which gives the food and all, right? I mean, it's a common feeling, and people meme about that and make fun of that. That's all okay, but that does not mean that they don't have the feelings. It is inherent with them, but not everyone is able to express those emotions as easily which comes to someone else. So if someone is having those playfulness, I really enjoy. I want them to be so playful and not even express any emotions. It's okay to be like that as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Last time when a similar program happened, many parents told one thing, that is, I missed this opportunity. Where I could have done this to my parents and probably told what I wanted to tell it to them. I wish somebody would have pushed me to say to my parents when I was young, and maybe I missed this opportunity. So yeah, never know when. I totally agree.
Hi, I'm Hanshika, and while I'm talking, I'm being loud and clear specifically to only my parents, ignoring the entire crowd. So I could see a lot of us in tears and feeling different emotions, but all I could feel was the happiness of every moment I spent. And instead of feeling that sadness, that emotion, I was happy for being with her and supporting her. And I just wanted to say to you that the pledge that I took, I will surely fulfill it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, dear.
Namaste everyone. Usually when we attend sports day, school day or any other programs on this stage, that is a different type of emotion, right? We carry happiness or some other mixed feelings we every time have. But this was entirely a different level of emotion that we cannot express through words actually, because I felt sad for those when we were coming up, they asked, you are mother of, I told Adi Yashas. So they told, then you can take your kid. And few kids they were telling, none of my parents are coming. After attending this, I am feeling that if you could have mentioned that this was the program, probably even those parents could have experienced this. I don't know whether to name it spiritual or what, but I am in such a stage where after going out, first thing I want to do is I want to call my parents and I want to thank my in-laws who have given me a husband who is far beyond imagination, and my kids have such a wonderful family because of my parents and my in-laws. This is the feeling I had, and I thank Chitrakoota for that. And usually parents ask, do you have any idea which school is best, whether you want to change in high school? I actually want to request, if you want to plan PUC or 12th, please, I'll be sending my kids, and no idea of changing. And I would like to ask every parent to spread this message what we have experienced today. And I wholeheartedly thank the school and all the staff who have been so supportive and loving for our kids, so that at home we are so safe, thinking that school will take care of my kid, whether it is transportation, food. I can give you n number of examples where I was so stressed at home, but my son was so happy. My ma'am will take care of that, don't worry. So that is the feeling I have about school, and thank you for giving me this stage to express all this. Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, dear.
ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಆ ಭಾಷೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಂಗೆ ಒಂಚೂರು ಏನು ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ನನಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಷ್ಟ. ನಾ ಒಂಚೂರು ಎಮೋಷ್ನಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮನ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನನಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಅವತ್ತು ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ದಟ್ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ನನಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅಮ್ಮ, ನಾನು ನಿಂಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಚಿರಋಣಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Thank you, dear. Thank you for all of your time.